Good afternoon, Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas with Keep It Simple or Step It Up. So yes, we are live, and as we're live today, I also have some vendors that just came in. They're going to put up some blinds. So they're going to do layout first, and then they'll get busy with whatever else they got to do. So hang on, because we're going to get going and see what we can do here, all right? Because this is January, what is today? The 3rd, right? So tomorrow we have a new catalog. We have the retreat coming up with early registration this weekend. So a lot is going on. So let's do this because I'm going to have new curtains and blinds today, all right? So down to the hands we go. And be sure to leave comments. We always like comments. So we are using, this is in the new catalog. This is Be My Valentine. This bundle comes with the punch, which we're using that today. And then I also today use Nested Essential dies to help do some of this. All right, so let's see what we got going here. So I'm gonna first start off with a 3x3 card, and you'll see why in a moment. So let's do a 3x3 card. So this was actually fussy cut out of the paper. So you have all different kinds of little bumblebees that you can sit there and fussy cut out. So I chose to do this one. And this is the nested dies that's talking about. So this was cut out here, just to give you an idea. And I wanted to show you, because one of the tricks that we talk about sometimes, I wanted to actually show you. There's two tricks here. We're gonna die cut. So I'm actually on my mini embossing machine right here. So I want to show you two things that I wanted to show you. One is that we're going to take these here, and the key to success and making life easier for you when you're using the mini is we're going to sit there and put our plates so it forms an E when you turn it sideways. Let's see if you can see it turn sideways. So that forms an E, and it just feeds through a lot easier and all. Okay, like it was made to do that way. So we're taking, that was tip number 1 to make your life easier. Right? As we go into 2024, for me, it's like, what can we do to make our lives easier? All right? So that's what I want to do for you. Second tip is here, I'm stacking 2 pieces of white cardstock, and I'm just going to put it right here. And if you are concerned about it moving when you feed this through, you just make sure your paper's lined pretty good, then just take a Post-it note, right? That's all you got to do. Just take a Post-it note. And I'm going to use the large one because I don't have a smaller. I'm going to have a smaller one work well too. All right, so I've got 2 of them there. And again, we're going to keep the E shape. And we're just going to roll it through here. I got this left, I do have it right-handed. Okay. Got this paper I have here, so you just do it. But I just want to show you how we still can cut through 2 at one time. Now, so the thing is, all you gotta do is look on back to make sure it went through. If it didn't, just run it through again. But most of the time, depending on the paper, it will. Now, I'll tell you what would have been really nice is done this with some DSP as well, right? That would be really pretty. I'll do that another time. But I wanted to show you. So that's the second tip I have for you. And the third tip was use the Post-it note paper, okay? So it's just real easy. This will do up to a 3.5 by 3.5 if you just want to know. So right, so if you look in the catalogs they have, and they put it down there so you know the ones that do the minis. So there's more and more doing that. Okay, so then what we're going to do here is we're just going to adhere this stuff together. All right, so this is just going to be sandwiched right here, and then I'm going to tie a bow around it. So I'm just going to use some adhesive. And this is just going to make a cute little 3x3 card. And yes, it's beautiful paper on back. And then you're going to see where we're going to turn around. And then we're going to make a treat holder that's going to coordinate with this. Now, so you can say, well, what if I didn't want to do a 3x3? Then that's fine. Size it up proportionally, right? So this piece right here is 2 inches, all right? This piece right here is 2 1/4, all right? So I have 2 things I can do. I can center it here, or I'm going to just center it right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this bow around it, okay? And I'm just gonna make a bow at the bottom or top. We could do either or, right? So let me just at least get the bow on here, and we're gonna use some glue dots to hold this down. It just makes life easier. For me anyway. For you, you might be able to whip that bow out without any assistance, but I need some assistance. So I'm not gonna be bashful about it. I need some assistance. And glue dot's gonna be my friend on this. So when I use the glue dot, the reason is I'm just holding the ribbon in place so it doesn't slip and slide as I go and make the bow, okay? And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And then, you know, if you want it on the front side too, you can do that as well. All right? So I just make sure that I sit there and align my ribbon up. Is all I want to make sure that I do. Okay, see how we got that there? Now I'll just come around here and I'll make a bow. Or you can tie a knot, you can do whatever you want to do, right? It's gonna be your gift to someone, right? So do whatever you feel comfortable doing. In fact, I'm gonna do mine just sort of over here to the side is what I'm gonna do, because I still have my tag and I still have my bee. Okay? So I'm just gonna do it like here. I'm gonna make my bow. And if I can't make a bow, then it's gonna become a square knot, right? I'm not gonna sweat the small stuff. You know, if anything I'd like for us to accomplish this year is number 1, showing you how to make things easier. Number 2, don't sweat the small stuff, right? Because it's really all small stuff. In the bigger scope of things, it's just small stuff. Okay. So I'm just gonna trim it right here for the moment until I finish it up. And then we'll get this over here. Now what I like about this, I could just as easily do it right like this. Now that's not how I set it up, but if I wanted to change my mind, I could, right? Or originally I was just gonna have it over here. I really wanted it like that. Let's just do it like that. If I have to retie it, I'll retie it. Okay? At least I've got it anchored is the main thing. So I'm gonna do this here, and I'm gonna put Be Mine right up here. I really want that on the top, don't I? Okay, it's fine. Okay, it doesn't matter, because you know what I have found in life? If I change my mind, I have been known, you can ask any of my friends, I have been known just to go back, cut off the cardstock, and adhere it to another piece of cardstock, right? So, you know, we all change our minds. At one time or another, we change our minds. We think we want to do something one way. You know, yesterday I wanted something one way. Today I wanted another way. Okay? So, don't even worry about it. If it bothers you, just rip it off and just add it together. So, I'm going to just put this up on dimensionals. Yeah, so I feel like I've been away forever. But that's okay. I was vacationing with the love of my life, which is important, right? And spending time with family, which is always important during the holiday season. Doesn't mean we don't still create, right? Because I still was cranking out some Christmas cards. Just trying to think of the last time I mailed out Christmas cards, right? But it's all about, you know, it's no different than this. This is going to go out to my special peeps in my life. Put mine here, and I'm just gonna put this little bee right here. I'm gonna put it up on a dimensional, and I can add Wink of Stella if I want to. I'm trying to think how many dimensionals I want to put on this little bee here. I'm most right that's gonna be about it. We'll see. But you know, so we got it through the holidays, right? Thank you cards. I don't know about you, but my thank you cards have been sent out. So don't forget your thank you cards. And if you don't know what to do, look what we did on Sunday with Zoe and Anna Stamping on Facebook. Those could easily be thank you cards, right? I'm just going to trim this off. I didn't even turn off that much. I may have to recenter the bow, but it's okay. Let me just get it right here. And then I've got some bling. So this came with some really cute little bling. It's a cute little bee. And look, we got little hearts here. We've already got a heart on the bee, so let's put a little flower in here. I'm gonna put one of these little flowers here to go with the wings. Okay, so there we have our 3x3 card. And we can also stamp a sentiment on the inside. And you'll see why I'm gonna do this in a moment, because this can actually coordinate with the treat holder, or you can do them separate, right? So I'm leaving that option up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and stamp this on the inside with Happy Valentine's Day, because I have enough Special Peeps that I got to get busy, right? And I went ahead and did some hearts. I got the little hearts in the stamp set, so I just thought it'd be nice to add a few little hearts here. I got some of my Special Peeps that aren't going to care because of their age, and I'm just going to put some up here too, because I'll write a sentiment before and after. And actually for me, I can put all the hearts I want to, or anything I want to, because the bottom line at the end of the day is they're going to want to know what's in the envelope, okay? So there we go, Happy Valentine's. I've got Be Mine on the outside with a bow and double layer, okay? So now let's go to the treat holder. Put this aside. The treat holder is going to be very similar except for two things. Number one, I've changed out the bee. This was again fussy cut. I'm still going to use the same paper I used there. Now the only thing is it's on the envelope. Alright, this is perfect to slide some candy in here, especially some chocolate Ghirardelli or any kind of chocolate squares will go perfect in here. Leave this up to you whether you leave this or not. I'm going to stamp this just because I can. I am still going to bear. I already did Happy Valentine's here, so what I'm going to do on the back here is I'm going to stamp Be Mine. And I think I took that one off. I did. That's fine. Let's get it and we'll stamp it. So I'm going to stamp Be Mine on back here. So it was on the front of the other one, a card I made, and then on the inside I stamped Happy Valentine's. So on this one, I'm trying to see which stamp I want to use. Block. I'm going to stamp this on the back of the envelope. So the nice thing is, if I decide I don't want to use the flap on the envelope, guess what? Then I can cut it off, or I can cover it with Designer Series paper. And my thought was I was going to do this here, and then I'm going to stamp some hearts on here too. I did get a little bit of something there, so that's okay. That's an opportunity for me. I will either put some ribbon there, maybe not. I don't know what I'm going to do right now, but I'll put something there, okay? Again, like I said, if you're sending it to somebody as a gift or giving it as a gift, most people are so excited you took the time to make them something, much less the fact that you did the other. So we're just going to put this down. Now see, I could have easily used any of these bees you see right here, but I didn't. And I love the little hearts. So that's the only thing that I sort of regretted, was missing the little hearts. But the thing is that you could sit there and use a circle punch or another type of punch and get those hearts in there, right? Or I could even actually use this here to capture the bumblebee, the honeybee, right? And I've done it as well too. So there's options, there's choice and options. And this one here, I just did it with the yellow is a little bit larger on all sides, so that would really stand out. And then I'm just going to put this up on dimensionals. And then we're going to get our bee on here. And then we have our treat. We have our treat holder. So that's just how easy it is to make this treat holder and put something in it. Yeah, so everybody I think right now is just getting back from the holidays and trying to get back into a routine, right? I think we're all in the same boat there. So we're going to put this on here. Alright, and we're just going to put I'm going to put the bee right here. So I will not put, right, so if I want to sit there and do that, I got to sit there and it's just going to do a dimensional on the lower half. So all you got to do is take the sides here from this, okay, and that way you just put it on the part you want. You'll still get the height you want, right, because I just want to get the lower half of the bee. I want the bee to stand up. And the thing is, if it doesn't stand up exactly the way you want, then guess what? We can do a double. So another trick to this is that you can do a double dimensional. And that's all that is stacking two dimensionals together, right? And I'm going to put it right there. Now see, if that bothered you a little bit, especially because this is an envelope, right? It's going to be handled. Then go ahead. Take and we'll double. All we're going to do to double stack this is we're taking two dimensionals And let's see. So anytime you get into a situation where you think, okay, I really want this and I didn't want it to begin with, that's fine. So I stacked 2 dimensionals here. And I'm just going to attach one to the card here. And then I'm going to just peel it off. And there you go. So now, like I said, the only thing I would do to any of these is I'd come back, I would definitely add some wink Castilla. So right here. And definitely on the heart, right? And anywhere else you want to do. So if you want to add it to your bead, then add it to your bead, right? Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to add a little heart down here, or a flower. Let's see. I'm just going to add a yellow heart. Pick up the yellow there. So actually this yellow here in the beads that you're seeing and stamped with, this is actually crushed curry. This is more like a, just so you know, this is like a more daffodil delight right here, this yellow here. So this is, crushed curry is more what you see right here. Okay, so here we have our card that's going to go with our envelope. Now, can we make a little bow to go underneath? Absolutely. So it's going to be a little bit different, right? Because we're not going to wrap it around like we did that one. We're just going to take it and make it like this. I think if I just don't think about it and just do it a lot better, right? Just don't think about it. And we can add it right here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take some glue dots. And we're just going to add the glue dots to the back of here. I'm going to put 2 because I can, right? Okay. And then I'm just going to add it right here. So if you want it a little bit lower, then just move it a little bit lower, okay? That's all you got to do. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's small stuff. All right, so if you want it a little bit lower, then lower it, okay? I just want my little bow to come up there. There you go, and then we just trim it off, right? So if you get the bow at an angle you don't want it, just move it. If you get the stickiness off of it, just add some more glue dots, right? Okay, so there we go. There is our little card, our envelope. It's not a card, it's an envelope, right? To go with a card if we want to. All right, let me set that aside. Let's do the larger card now. So the larger card, we did do some stamping. And I stamped out, so we're going to do a little fussy cutting. I went ahead and did this with a little wink. I thought that'd be cute. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to attach these two here. This is so you know, this is a 1.5 inch strip of designer series paper, and all I'm doing is I cut and flip, right? So I'm going to put this on here. And then we'll just use some regular adhesive. Let me set the stamps out of the way for us. So you can see, all I've done is take it. So actually, lots of times if you look at the DSP, Designer Series paper, and especially with the new Penny catalog, a number of them it looks beautiful when you just cut and flip and adhere it together, and it makes beautiful, beautiful cards. All right, so I'm doing this here, and the reason why I'm doing this here is because I'm wanting to make these two together here so I can wrap ribbon around, okay? So same thing here is we're going to put some ribbon here, and again I'm just going to adhere it on the back so I don't have it going all over the place for me. So this one here, I'm going to do my ribbon over here to the side down here. Now if you want to, you could put glue dots right here. Let me do that for you. That's just as easy to do it, right? So if I do the glue dots here, I'm going to make sure, and you can actually see through the paper here. You may not be able to because of the cameras. And please let me know what you think of the cameras, because we're trying out some new cameras. Number one, today's a perfect day. We're outside, it's very overcasted. So what happens is sometimes I was having this challenge to get enough lighting in here without creating glare on you and reflection. So trying to get it where I have enough lighting so that I can see what I'm doing, right? So I'm just going to take this and I'm running. So I'm just running this along with the two papers to come together, right? Now I could just as easily going back. I just did this on the front, but I could do it on back again just like I did the other. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a glue dot here, and this holds it all in place, right? It holds it all in place while we get it going. Alright, I'm just going to put it right here. Okay, so if you're a person that has problems with bows, there's a solution to your bow situation, okay? Now, if you want to see how this is going to shape together, I already stamped the bees design right there. So it's going to come just like right here. So I'm wanting this bow to be over here, okay? So I just want to show you because this is going to be put on the top of the card base, right? So I wanted to get this on here first so my ribbon would be hidden. So you want to go ahead and at least get it however you want to. Now, the nice thing is the way we got this set up is we can do the bow over as many times as you want. You can redo it if you want to, because this is all going to be on the outside. The other part of it's going to be on the inside, right? But this is just to get the look going for us. Let's see if I got that going. I did not get that going. Alright. Yeah, so maybe I should show you guys before and after on my blinds. It's pretty exciting. We've been in our house for quite some time, going on 23 years this year. So we had some stuff put up, you know, but as time goes on, right, nothing lasts forever. And plus there's a part of the house I never even bothered putting blinds because I just didn't want them. Well, now I just found something that looked like blinds, but it's not cool. I don't know what you would call it, but it doesn't have the blind look, if that makes sense. So, because there's, you know, I like to look at nature and stuff in our front yard. We have deer that come through, we have squirrels, we have hummingbirds, and all those different things. Okay, so I'm not really worried about this at the moment. I'm just going to put this aside, get out of the way, because I need to flip it, okay? But I can at least get this together. So, I'm going to put this on cardstock here. You're right, so there's a couple of things I can do. I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive here, but where this ribbon is at, I might put some glue. Because, right, because if I go do like that, I'm not sure I'm going to like that. So, right, some days it doesn't bother me, and other days it's like, I want something more. So, liquid glue would be a way to do that if you didn't want this. And I'm just going to put this up here. And I did this where it covered the whole front. I didn't have to, I could have made it a little bit shorter, but I didn't. And so I created the panel. So that's what we're putting down right now is the panel I created. And I did it so it'd be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now see, I just put that on a little crooked. And that goes back to the lighting, right? Hello, Jennifer. We're getting new blinds today. Whoop, whoop. So when you see us next time, you will get to see the new blinds. Okay, let me pull this up gently. So I'm gently pulling this up because I really did. So this is one of the problems is I'm talking to you, not paying attention to what I'm doing. So this is the problem I had before, which that shouldn't have that excuse today, but I do have a shadow going on. So we'll have to fix it. So we are trying some new lighting because I get shadow here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but for me it's like right there in my face, right? So as I'm trying to line something up, sometimes I can't see because of the shadow I'm getting. So we're working on that, all right? So if you see that you like what we're doing or we need to keep on working on improving it, just let us know. All right, I am gonna put this on here, but I'm gonna show you a technique when stamping, okay? So see how this curves? We can actually, I'm gonna stamp "You're as sweet as honey," but I'm gonna curve it, okay? Let me set this here so you can see how I'm gonna do this. I was doing it so you can see back here, but it'll be just as easy here. So we can actually take this and curve this, okay? I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna go ahead and angle it right here, this way. And then I'm gonna come out this way, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get it going this way. And I'm just gonna work with this until I get it the way I want it, okay? I'm gonna start up here at the top, but these stamps will sit there and let you do this, and then they'll pop back into shape, okay? So I'm wanting this to come down like this, okay? So I want you to be able to see that, okay? And we're gonna follow it on down, curving, and you can see how that's going right there. And then we're gonna just straighten it out. Have it come, so we have it curving like that, and then I have it coming up like this. Okay? So I'm gonna stamp it so you can see what it looks like. So I'm gonna stamp this. I was trying to debate if I want to, I'm gonna go ahead and do it in red, I think. Red. It's a big debate, right? Red, as I said that. So I want you to see how I've curved it? And you'll see it even more as I go to stamp it and get it up. I'm almost thinking I should have done this in yellow, but it's okay because I got something else I'm going to do with the yellow. But then I'm just going to stamp it right here, just as this curves. Okay, and then I'll clean this, and this will pop back into shape. So let me clean this so I can show you. Seeing is believing. It's just to believe. Okay, watch how I do this. I'm going to get all the red off that. Okay, so when I go to take this here off, see how it goes back into shape? So I didn't lose the shape of that. I'll have to clean that off a little bit better. All right. Now, one thing we're going to do here is we are going to add a little yellow. So that's why I did not stamp this in yellow. I actually took this out because I thought it'd be fun to flicker some color here. And I got this underneath. And I didn't use, I used a lighter yellow than the crushed curry because I wanted to flicker. But I don't want it to dominate. I just wanted to know, just so it didn't look so flat and white, and just so you know, we're talking about you're sweet as honey, so we want them to feel the honey, right? So there we go. So we just flicked a little bit of yellow there, and you can see that. And so now we're going to add this on here with dimensionals. It's just a cute, fun card, right? So for me, it's like, you know, I always think of my Special Peeps. Some like fun, some are teenagers, so they're indifferent. All they care about is what is in a gift. However, the younger peeps think everything's fun and cool, right? Sometimes the older ones do too. It just depends on the day, the moment in time, right? So it's okay. It's all is good, right? It's all is good. So I'm just gonna put this right here. And then I've already got, so you can, this has got like 4 or 5 faces that you can actually put on your bumblebees. So I'm going to put this bee right up here. It's been a little on the flirty side. And we're going to cut some wings out here. So this one you do have to. So the punch, you can stamp the bumblebee and you can punch this out. You can punch some hearts out. And I brought some red so we can do that too if we want to. But we actually do have to fussy cut this out. So I'm going to actually give myself a little breathing space there. But in order for your bumblebee to have wings, you're going to have to stamp them and fussy cut them if you're going to sit there and use dimensionals like I am. Okay? So all I'm going to do is just follow around like we do any time with fussy cutting. I know some of my special friends don't necessarily like fussy cutting, but it's just the way it is sometimes, right? If you want what we got and you want to do what you want to do, sometimes you just have to break out the scissors and fussy cut. So that's what fussy cutting is, getting those scissors out and doing it. So right, we're going to add some wings, right? And I'm going to just do it here because this is a card. I'm not worried. I was debating if I was going to do some glue, but you know what? I could do a glue dot. Glue dot might be better. So we're just going to add a glue dot to each one of these here. And then we're going to stick the wings on as soon as I'm for sure that the glue dot's on. Yeah, I hear all kind of stuff in the background, but it's okay. You know that we're live. We even have a dog. So before I came live, the dog was barking because the people were here to do the blinds. So being the good watchdog that our dog is, she barked. Right? Okay, now I don't know about you. We were seeing some butterflies. I wasn't seeing any bees, but we were still seeing butterflies about a week ago. Today's a little on cooler side, because even if they were out there, I don't think they would come out. But, you know, we're back to 60-degree weather. Sunday, we were like at 70. So when Zoe and Nana were live, oh my gosh, we had on a sweater top and everything else because it had been cold. And so as a result, on Sunday, we were not cold. In fact, we were just the opposite. So we were sweating in our 2 sweater tops we had on. Today, you can use a lightweight top, long sleeve, but it's going to get up like into the mid 60s. So I know everybody's from different places, and I know up north you guys have even had warmer than usual weather. But I know you're having cooler weather than we're having. But it's all good, right? So at least we're getting rain. That's the main thing for us. We're at least getting some rain. We need rain. We always need rain. And we'll always take the rain, right? Alright, and again, I'm just going to leave a little bit on here and use it so I can put it over here with some glue dots. And we'll have that on, then we'll just sit there and we'll put this up on dimensionals. And the only other thing I was going to for sure cut out, we're going to cut out a jar of honey, right? We can put honey right here on some honey right here on the end. Oh, and we got to put we do have to put the antennae on the bee, right? Okay. The bee I had, when I first did this, I thought, why does that bee look funny? It's because you don't have the antennae there. So these we do have to fussy cut. Again, when you fussy cut out the paper, the bees, you're getting the antennae with it right there. When you're stamping, and we're stamping on paper that we're going to sit there and punch, the antennae are not punched. So the only thing you punch is hearts and the bee. Okay, so that's it, the hearts and bees. So we can add some hearts if we want to. We can punch them out. Like I said, I brought some red. And I'm just getting the antennae cut out right here, and we're going to get it attached. And just leave you, so another tip is when you do this, leave yourself a little white or whatever you're doing on the end. Okay, that way you can tuck it and you don't have to be so worried about that you cut it too short or how it looks. It'll look just fine if you just leave a little bit of white on the end of it. I'm going to show you. And we're just going to attach it, and it'll just be, it'll be perfect. Okay. Oh, I didn't get the glue dot off. So, again, we're not going to sweat the small stuff, right? This is small stuff. And I'll show you in a minute. Let's go see. I'm just going to show you the bee again. So, if you're not sure how the bee looks, right, then just take a look at their paper. Goodness knows they've got bees all over their papers. Alright, so I'm just sticking this right here. See how that looks? And I just added a little white, and see how it just tucks right there? And that makes it just really just right. As long as I don't keep on pulling on it myself there on. Alright, so I'm just going to use some dimensionals, and we're going to put the bee right up here. Okay? Right there. And we're going to put a little honey as well, which we'll have to fussy cut. See the bees on the different paper. So here's some other paper here, so you can see the bees are a little bit different there too. So it just depends on the paper and what you want. So I just want mine to be flirty. Alright, and then I'm just going to put some honey right there. And see, we have choices right here. So I'm definitely going to get one that's got some heart on it. I'm going to use this lower one here. And we're just going to put it out. Now when you use a big piece of paper like this, I just sort of get it out of the way so I don't have to deal with all this big extra paper, right? And then we'll just fussy cut around here. And then you'll see that we'll easily have a card. We will have a 3x3 card that goes real good and cute with the envelope for the treat. And then you could just as easily put this with the treat as well too. So the bags are real easy, right? And I'll show you next week another way you can use bags and do them a little bit differently to make them a treat holder too, versus just doing them straight as they are right there. We can actually modify it and sit there and give it a little bit different look as well too. Okay, so this one I saw some small dimensionals here, so I am just going to put a little thing of honey right here. I'm going to use my small dimensionals that I saw right here. So it's up, but it's not going to be quite as up as the bee. Okay, so this is a small dimensional versus the other ones I used the other. Okay, and again, just like we did with the other, here we have our card. You're as sweet as honey, right? And on the inside, we're going to stamp Happy Valentine. And you know what? And I'm going to flick some more yellow in here too. I just think it's fun and we can do it. We can also add hearts. Okay, so we put that aside, and let's add those little hearts. I got them out. There's a reason I got them out, right? The other thing is this is really a great way to sit up there and to put on your envelopes when you go to mail your card. And you know what, I can even come down here at the bottom and I can come straight across right here. So there's so many things you can do, right? So I did that. So I didn't punch any hearts. I could have, but I didn't. I just did some stamping. But that's just how easy it is to make a simple card. Make it flirty. I'm trying to think which way I want this to go. I'm just going to cut this right here because I'm going to have to go after our live here. I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to try to do this a little bit different. Yeah, my bow's going the way I want it to go. But I was going to flick it. Yep. So could have done that first, which would have been nice, but I didn't, so it's okay, right? I still want to do it though. So again, we're just taking this here and we're raking it across the top. I'm trying to see if I can see it. I see it in some spots, but I don't see it in others. And I'm not really worried if it gets on the top or not. So it just goes over the top, right? Okay, so now you can see it. Make it easier for you to see. So we've added and flicked some yellow there. You should be able to see a little bit over there. All right, here's the front. You're as sweet as honey. Like some of the tricks we did is we stretched the stamp so it came out like this to curve. This was already, the stamp was like this, so we just did the words to curve with it. We fussy cut. Well, this was actually stamped. These were stamped, and the V was punched, the antennae were stamped, and the wings and antennae were fussy cut, as well as the honey was from the paper. So we have some extras to make some more, and we actually have bling too. Let's not forget some bling. All right, let's add some bling here. I'm going to add just some little hearts. It reminds me of something I did years ago, and I did floating hearts, right? Just let the hearts sort of float. And it was actually a pretty good, easy campaign. It was fun, right? So we'll just have some hearts floating around. And we'll put one up here too. Okay, so we got some bling, got some ribbon, and we get all done. Okay, so let's see what we did today. So here's our card that we've created. We've got to trim that out a little bit. Here is our envelope. That is our treat holder. So this is our treat holder. And then here's the card we can have to go with the treat holder, or we can have it to go with this here, because this is going to have candy in it, right? Here's your magical stuff there. And be sure to add your wing Castella. So I hope you had fun, right? Believe it or not. Hello, Lourdes. Believe it or not, I know it's only January the 3rd, but I assure you, Valentine's will be here sooner than you think, right? And you can use these anytime you want to for anything else too, but if you're gearing up for Valentine's, you need to get started now so you'll be ready. All right? With that, be blessed. Look forward to seeing you next week, where we'll make 3 more items, projects with the Be Mine. And keep in mind, these are all for, this is a free class to go, right? With a purchase of $35 in product or $50, and we'll also put some embellishments in there too. So with that, look for the host code in the comments here, and that'll point you where you need to go to make that happen. All right? Be blessed. Look forward to seeing you next week for Keep It Simple or Step It Up, and we'll have the video posted on YouTube, and we'll have pictures posted on my website as well as Instagram. All right. See you later. Bye.